Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our Crusader Kings 3 run in the Princes of Darkness mod, which has all manner of Gothic beasties, mainly vampires, but we're playing as a demon here. We're playing as Ares, and we've acquired quite a nice little territory for ourselves in New Lacedaemon? I don't know how to pronounce this name. But in any case, last episode we finally resalted the earth in Rome. We took Rome away from our nemesis, Camilla, whom we are currently trying to turn into a wraith through an execution method. That might take a little while. We'll see how that shakes out. But for now, he has been cast down. And with him being cast down, he has become Romanga once more. He is no longer Italia in terms of his title. And where one empire falls, another must rise. And so this episode, we're going to be engaging in a little bit of empire building, looking to consolidate and found our own empire. We now fulfill the requirements for our, found a new empire, which I think we will want to do. We will resist the temptation of just forming Carthage because, you know, Carthage, obviously, and instead try and found a new empire for ourselves in New Lacedaemon. Lacedaemon? Lace Demon? No idea. Ruh-roh, looks like Camilla couldn't even keep that kingdom together, so now everything's fallen apart for him. We were scheming, we're still scheming, but we were scheming to make his, spy master join our cause, so join our own faith, which is not this via peccadici, but is instead the sin of wrath, and so we'll probably switch over to whatever spy master he has now instead, in terms of trying to bring people over to invite to whatever's going on. We see Amat Aziz, this is his court physician. Maybe he's still, it looks like he hasn't even recruited a guy yet, because his kingdom just fell apart. And to the ashes and dust, Camilla's empire returns. We have journeyed to France to steal the book of the First of Times, which will unlock some more of the lore for ourselves to take a look at regarding the origin of the vampires. So we will start an infiltration mission here. Looks like we are generally really, really strong on the learning. I think we have like 50 learning. We do need to find one key. You have achieved the objective and you can return. I think we have to find a key. I guess I should have read. This is completely empty, so that means we can make some progress there. Let's go here. An opportunity to impress? Sure, why not? Let's be impressive. We found the key to the vault over here. We can now unlock the vault. This will help us out there. With this one, we will see a few more spots. This one leads to the back a little bit better. Let's see, you could get hooks and stuff. Alright, we'll do the subtle approach. And here we find the priceless treasure, the First of Times. We will probably choose, we're with you, a diplomacy challenge for ourselves. And then we will see our way out of here and just head back out this way. We have no quarrel with you, sir, but we do bite our thumb at you. And then we will exit with the First of Times, which as an item gives you monthly learning lifestyle experience 5%. Not that great, but it unlocks for us a new decision. And in that decision, we will go Book of Nod. We will consider the Book of Nod, the Chronicle of Cain, the First of Times here. And this is the very beginning of the Cainites, aka the vampires. I dream of the first times, the longest memory. I speak for the first times, the eldest father. I sing for the first times, and the dawn of darkness in Nod, where the loud cars lit up the sky, and the tears of our parents wet the ground. Each of us, in our way, set about to live and take our sustenance from the land. And I, firstborn Cain, I, with sharp things, planted the dark seeds, wet them in the earth, tended to them, watched them grow, and Abel, secondborn Abel, tended to the animal, aided them with their bloody births, fed them, watched them grow. I loved him, my brother. He was the brightest, the sweetest, the strongest. He was the first part of my joy. Then one day, Father said to us, Cain, Abel, to him above, you must make a sacrifice, a gift of the first part of all that you have. And I, firstborn Cain, I gathered the tender shoots, the brightest fruits, The sweetest grass. Man, this isn't how the story was told before. And Abel, the second-born, Abel slaughtered the youngest, the strongest, the sweetest of animals. On the altar of our father we laid our sacrifices, and we lit fired under them, and watched the smoke carry them up to the one above. The sacrifice of Abel, the second-born, smelled sweet to the one above. Yeah, meat does smell sweet. And Abel was blessed, and I, firstborn, Cain, I was struck from beyond by a harsh word and a curse, for my sacrifice was unworthy. I looked at Abel's sacrifice, still smoking, the flesh, the blood. I cried, I held my eyes, I prayed in night and day. And when Father said, the time for this sacrifice has come again, and Abel led his youngest, his sweetest, his most beloved to the sacrificial fire, I did not bring my youngest, my sweetest, for I knew the one above would not want them. And my brother, beloved Abel, said to me, Cain, did you not bring a sacrifice, a gift of the first party of your joy, to burn at the altar of the one above? I cried tears of love as I, with sharp things, sacrificed that which was the first part of my joy, my brother. And the blood of Abel covered the altar and smelled sweet as it burned. But my father said, Cursed are you, Cain, who killed your brother. As I was cast out, so shall you be. And he exiled me to wander in darkness, the land of Nod. I flew into the darkness. I saw no source of light, and I was afraid and alone. And then we need to find a copy of The Coming of Lilith to hear more. As part of our travels, we are about to get the Worldly perk, which is going to be really, really nice for us because it's going to allow us to access many other people. Also, for this reason, we will be moving the seat of our empire out of Carthage proper because Carthage does not have very good access to the east in terms of diplomatic distance. So we'll have to find a more suitable location for the seat of our empire. So this war for our new capital seat of Constantinople has actually been a little rough. We've kind of been running over people for the most part, but we've actually lost a battle or two. Here, we've recruited up more men-at-arms. They aren't fully recruited up, but we're hoping that in this next battle upcoming here, hopefully we can win this. This is going to be pretty close. Ooh, we have minus 10 advantage. All right. We'll slow things down a bit. You see, though, that the levies are instantly killed, and they only have 16 champions. Before they had 26 against our 23. They do have relatively strong guys, not quite as strong as ours, though. But before, when they had 26, it's because we picked off a secondary army through maneuvering a little bit better than them, or they just kind of straggled behind. And so I think we win this, although we were kind of surprised when we lost one of the previous ones. And so it does look a little bit more neck and neck. This is probably the closest battle we've had so far this entire run, but it looks like it's swinging in our favor. They have a lot more guys. A lot of champions are left. We're getting a lot of people wounded. We might get some people dying. Not all of our people are immortal, but like all of theirs are. But that's the battle for us. And I think with that, we are in a very good spot to be able to enforce this. Now, we can't siege down, actually, this because we don't have enough troops, and we don't really want to raise enough troops. We're hoping that our ally eventually joins in, but I'm not sure what she's doing. She's kind of asleep at the wheel. I guess she's probably fighting another fight. We called her in. We were expecting a little bit more help. In particular, we're expecting to get access to a good chunk of her knights, but instead, we've just kind of been fighting it solo-ish. I think we'll try and pick this guy off if we can. I don't know exactly where he's headed or what he's doing. It looks like he's retreating, but if we can pick him off, maybe? No. Okay, let's just siege this down if we can, and continue on our way. Of course, Camilla is an insolent villain. He's discovering our attempts to imprison him as a wraith forever. I thought we were in good shape. We caught another battle. I guess it's because we're fighting on a hill. We are experiencing some, pain, and it looks like we're actually going to lose this battle, which is a bit grim. So we'll retreat out, and we will need to recruit back up and try and do it again. But this is turning into a bit of a slog, a bit of a war of attrition, and I'm not even sure if we can win this one at this point. I was thinking that we are really strong, we are really caked up, but maybe not. Alright, so we've been trying to avoid battles that are offensive on the hills, and just kind of jockeying around. I think that we are in a spot. We have a lot more maneuver speed than they do because of our demonic powers, and most of our men-at-arms are recovered. We have 23 knights. They do have 2 stacks. They have a one with 8 knights and one with 16 knights, which is a little bit scary, but I'm hoping we can catch just one of them here, and we do. Okay, this is perfect. This is like exactly what we were hoping for, to defeat 1 knight stack. And then here, we have a disadvantage in the location. I don't think we can afford to fight into this, and I don't think we can catch them. They're also really kind of speedy, and we're in just like this awkward spot where we want to push for Constantinople. Maybe we would just march over to Constantinople and try and take it. Maybe this is the way we do it, because I don't think they will have a terrain advantage in Constantinople. I think we have plenty of guys. I think we take a little bit of casualties, right, marching over this, but that's not the end of the world. It's not like they can get our capital in this time period, and we have enough men to siege this now, and we have enough supply so that we're not just getting wrecked on the supply front, and so we will slowly siege it down. Hopefully this is effective. It looks like they're trying to siege us, and so I think maybe we win this through a base race. Alright, so the base race was not working. We were not taking Constantinople basically at all. And so it looks like we'll get another battle here, which is, I think it counts as defensive because we control the Temple of Devol. And so I think that we will have an advantage here. Or do we have a penalty? Gangrel, Berserker, Acclaimed Knight. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe that's what's wrecking us, is their freaking Acclaimed Knights. I'm not sure how to make sense. We only have 1 Acclaimed Knight, and I'm not sure how to make sense of how they've been able to win some of these battles. We're just not tabulating all of the bonuses, I guess. But we will take a little bit of crack at retaking our place. I don't think we can chase them all the way back. I think we have to just keep trying to pick good fights and attrition them out or something like this. Yeah, let's not, oh, we should have done the other one. Oh well. Alright, so we kind of like desperately need help. And so one of the things I was thinking of doing, but I was holding off doing, was hybridizing with Greek culture. Oh man, our acceptance isn't high enough. Bro, it was before. Not like this. Shoot. We wanted to hybridize with their culture. Now can we not hybridize with any of them? Oh man. We wanted to move our capital to Greece and then be like, oh, we formed a hybridized culture, but we should have just done it earlier. The thing is they have way higher innovations than our culture. Our culture basically has like no innovations, which is like big sad. And so we need to convert to like local culture, but we need to move our capital to a Greek place, and we were planning on moving our capital to Constantinople here. Shoot. And the reason why that all this seems significant is I was thinking that maybe us being able to add more accolades would be able to help out to help us win these battles, because this is just like a little bit rough. We're winning battles, we're chasing them around, but we don't have the ability to really siege down Constantinople because we have no siege weapons, because we have no innovations, and we can't get any siege weapons unless... Can we get mercenaries with siege weapons? No, it doesn't look it. Maybe we can hire some mercs at some point. You know, we do have some available perks that we can trade in for gold if we come into the decisions. And we do Twist Fate, which is like how we've been... We could also just try and bleed them out on the gold front. And maybe that's the way to do it. But maybe we can merc them? I don't know. The thing is like, we don't care about their martial, and like the armored footmen and this type of stuff. These, as men-at-arms, these aren't that good, but the champions matter. But their champions are probably not that good too. I don't know. We're struggling. We're chasing them around. We're fighting them in battles, and we're having a bad time. Alright, so after just peeling off a snippet of the war goal, it looks like we can enforce. It was looking a little spooky there for a moment because we decided to race him. He was going here. We were starting to take this territory. I didn't realize that we didn't have to take Byzantium itself. We could have just taken part of the duchy, and now it appears that we can enforce demands. Oh, we can't enforce demands yet. I guess we'll just go around and kick him about a little bit. I think we'll have an advantage here, and then we will be enforcing, because we did hire some mercenaries. Oh, what is this? Bro, what is this for? The Duchy of Bulgaria? Alright, well, I mean, I guess we'll deal with this guy. I mean, this guy's almost out of troops. Surely this is gonna be an exhausting thing. Okay, I think we can summon people to war for the Duchy of Bulgaria. I don't think she's gonna help us out too much. She hasn't been helping us out in this other war. So I guess we have to try and finish this other war. I don't know what's the best way to go about this. Maybe we can try and take this, but the problem is he's just gonna siege back down the city we just took over here. And so we're gonna need to, yeah. We're gonna need to prevent that, so we'll just come on over. We'll try and fight him and try and figure this out. Also, though, they are gonna unsiege this for us because they want the Duchy of Bulgaria. So maybe this all works out. Alright, so we are victorious, and then we fend off the invaders here. That was pretty easy. It looks like we might be able to take a chunk of Serbia at some point. The Eastern Lords are relatively strong. That's who we just beat. But they kind of single-filed us, which helped out a lot. And so we just... because all their armies were split up, we managed to get some damage down. We're going to convert to the local culture. We are going to convert to Greek culture. I acknowledge who I am. And we will no longer be Mycene. And in doing this, we will gain access to, we hope, all these other innovations, these high medieval innovations, including siege weapons, which would have helped a lot for taking Constantinople. But also, we were capped out at 7 man-at-arm regiments. Now we've gotten more levels. Now we can get cataphract. Well, like, all the human things are not that great. Oh, are there not siege weapons? Okay, there are. And this is really what we needed, was the siege weapons more than anything else to finish that. And so that was a little bit of a slog. But also, it's time for us to make a new empire here, where it will be our fame level's high enough. We have more than enough areas, and this will gather us around the realm. We will create a new empire. You gain a heroic legendary seed, and every kingdom title you hold or completely control becomes de jure of your new empire. So maybe we need to take a look at the kingdom titles that we currently have. We have the Kingdom of Sicily, the Kingdom of Sardinia, and the Kingdom of New Lacedaemon, which will be maybe we want more to be kind of underneath us. I'm not really sure. I don't think it matters because we're immortal. So, if they're, whether or not they're de jure, I think they will start drifting towards our de jure if we own the kingdom, and it's part of our realm. So, we will, in either case, we'll click the button. We'll make the button. We'll do the button. We will gather the realm. New Lacedaemon reigns supreme. We have become the Infernal Archduke of New Lacedaemon. It becomes our primary title. We've done what no one else could do. I've united the lands of New Lacedaemon with those of Sicily, Sardinia, Corsica, and Sicily. All my vassals and demons have finally gathered before my throne. I've earned this moment before their eyes, and more importantly, in the eyes of sin. It is only right that I place my crown upon my head, as my servants, both temporal and spiritual, bow to me. And so we will, looks like we keep the same kind of looking thing, but I think that if we look at now at the Emperor titles, we will see that New Lacedaemon has these 3 titles, as currently in the Empire. Our primary title is over here in the middle of the dream, but we have rewritten State of Affairs, and we have ourselves a new capital. Now, we're still looking for worthy people to pawn off a whole bunch of our holdings to, and I recognize that this is economically bad, but in terms of theme, it's kind of what we want to be doing. And so as we continue these schemes to convert people to our cause, we will be ready to give them some of the territories we hope. Maybe a little hopeful with Lucetta. We were hoping to corrupt her in time for her just getting clapped, but she's just been left alone as an island in the middle of Spain. She is an important character, historically speaking, in the lore. Very, very nice stat line. Very fun character to play as in this mod. She has some of her themes and events, which is pretty cool. But this is, for us, the new empire, and also having our seat here gives us a lot more range in terms of our diplomatic range. I don't know if that's a map mode. I don't think it is. But we can stretch pretty far. We have several modifiers that increase the Diplo range, and so I think we can reach almost everything except for the very, very far east. I think we're probably cut off on. So that is the new empire here, and it strikes back. Alright, so we will start a new cultural divergence from Greek, where we are going to be rewriting a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to choose Bellicose, mainly for theme. Almost all of the stuff we're going to be doing for theme. We are the God of War, we are the Demon of Wrath. For traditions, we are doing Storytellers. This one's perhaps the least themey, but I think that we are here. The whole point of, or the whole mechanics of how the demons work is that we get power by people worshipping us, and so spreading the tale of our legendary power I think is important, and that's why we selected Storyteller. The other three are very obviously on theme for both Warfare and Ares themselves. We are choosing only the strong. This will also be pretty strong because Knights tend to be strong in this mod, giving us 10% Knight of Effectiveness, +1 Knight, Martial Admiration, similar thing. We will see they're more likely to die in battle or get injured in battle, can challenge rivals, but we are going to get +1 Knight, extra Accolade Glory gain, and then we are also going to have Quarrelsome, which will, I think we had on our Mycenaean. Anyways, we probably should have checked what Mycenaean had exactly. In fact, we could check, if our sun didn't convert, we could actually check here what Mycenaean culture has. Yeah, we had Quarrelsome before, Hereditary Hierarchy, which the long range bonus, to be fair, is actually reasonable to go for, and law cost penalty from realm size -50%, vassal limit +20%, legalistic and hereditary hierarchy, maybe still stuff we are interested in, but and we were bureaucratic. To be fair, we would prefer bureaucratic. Development growth. Maybe we do bureaucratic instead. This is what we started on anyways, and I would prefer bureaucratic. So rather than bellicose, which I don't think is very useful because levies aren't very useful, and men-at-arms relative to knights aren't that useful. Giving everyone +2 prowess really is kind of nice. But I think that this will play pretty well, and then we'll probably want to merge it with other cultures, but for now we will diverge the culture. It's going to cost us a whopping 17,000 prestige, but that's fine. To a new age, a new era, and a new people, we will devote ourselves. Now, this is the first time we're going to be using the council interaction, where we are going to be, let's see, promote cultural acceptance here in, oh, it's already new. Okay, so it automatically converts our capital. Notably, our capital is the only, or is the only building that's applying the, what is it, the development on the average, so that's going to be really strong for us. I think we're also going to convert Tunis here, which should be pretty good, but this is going to give us control over, we are head of our culture, New Limet Kadan, and what we will do is we will be able to start researching anything we choose. I think that, let's see, development growth is probably going to be pretty good for us. But maybe we do hoardings or trebuchet. Well, okay. Let's just do hoardings for now. Actually, let's do banking. So that'll be pretty good, but this is the only seat, and it has the highest development, or one of the highest developments in the game, so really just a strong capital and a strong place to have as our kind of main place. Ugh, you can see Rome's not doing as hot as it normally is. The development here is 29, so they seem to have survived the plagues relatively well. We still need to distribute our holdings, but we do have a new culture here in our empire. So we have had Persephone as our lover for a while now. Haven't drawn too much attention to it, you know, like to keep things on the download. Of course, we think this is hilarious because Hades has got to be upset about that. But we have, by reforming our culture, changing our culture, gaining a bunch of innovations, we've gained new champion accolade slots, and I was thinking she would make a great accolade because she's going to give Mentor, which increases the max number of knights. This is fantastic by itself, but the Trained Commander's Counselor task highly occasionally increases a knight's contestant experience. Adolescents at your court for it, gain sufficient extra prestige. Giving a bunch of these guys contestant is going to be really, really nice as well. We care a little bit less about the Centurion thing, which is going to help for the plasmic class of, what is it, mercenaries? No, men-at-arms. I think that we are using some with Archangelics, so this wouldn't be terrible, and maybe we lean more into the Plasmic class, because overall they seem a little bit stronger per slot than the Demonic class that we kind of have access to and bonuses for and this type of stuff. So we're going to create an accolade for her, and hopefully this also makes her like us more, so she sticks around, because she is actually not Wrath. She's part of Dropouts. In this way, we'll hopefully be able to keep her in our court, and hopefully this will also help us to gain more knights, because having additional knights is really, really nice. We are up to 31 knights, by the way, and if we scroll through, we can see that we have a lot of knights with extremely high prowess. We have to scroll down, but even in, I don't even think we're going to have a single knight below 20 prowess. Just kidding. I guess we got wrecked. We have a lot of knights below 20 prowess. Wait, or are they not part of our thing? I think we're using a lot of these guys who are below 20 prowess. Oh well. In any case, we will maybe take a look at some more accolades. Kind of cruising through it, it didn't seem as good. Other than her, she seemed particularly good, and so that'll be nice. We're also looking through some of our council positions in general, trying to keep everything tight. We appointed this one here, the Intense Venus, who was under Prince Camilla around here. We'll probably at some point give her a duchy, so she has a little bit more control over her region and can maybe do some stuff on her own. We have Hannibal, newly appointed over here, which is giving us an extra knights as our Minister of Lions. Notably, historic Hannibal did use lions as like a propagandist tool to like invoke imagery of Hercules, and so I even think that this is on theme. We have Luti, who is a very, very high learning, who is leading as our court physician, and then we kind of have Gaia, who's been with us basically since the beginning. This is the first person we kind of converted to Wrath, and she has been incredibly useful. And at this point, I think she has a lot of lifestyle stuff kind of already sorted out. These are a bunch of the vampiric ones over here. Why does it let us choose it for her? Surely it doesn't. Okay, it just lets us look around beneath the hood, I suppose. I assume she's getting a lot of her vampiric stuff, but creating the nice foundations for our empire to continue to flourish. We also have these underworld ambassador slots. Currently, she would not be very useful, or she would just be slightly useful. We're going to appoint her, that is Persephone, to that slot as well, which is another reason why we have to keep her kind of in our party. And Ludi, we will appoint to the Umbra one, so maybe we end up doing more stuff to do with this, but does this make it so they have to be? I don't know if this makes it so they have to be at the Spirit Realm or not. Spirit Realm stuff's a little bit weird. Still trying to figure it out and get the hang of it. We have had Camilla completely lose his territory, and he has unlanded, and he has, unfortunately for him, traveled to a place where we have a lot of people who are loyal. So this went from having no agents to now having several agents who are joining, mainly because they're all part of our religion. And so we might actually get a chance to pull this white thing off. We have an over 50% chance here. And here we have it. The time has come. My agents are in place. One of them will play the assassin. The very night the deed will happen. This is a culminating moment for us here. The hero of the story, or the villain, is on the verge of being slain here. Another will ensure that the wall is unguarded. A third will leave a subtle trail of candles to Camilla's bedchamber. Everything's in place. Let's see it. Do it. Ends your. It seems that Camilla has escaped. No. And he gains watchful. We gain some dread. A lot of people. He lost 100 opinion of us. Camilla's close family members and spouses lose some opinion of us, and unfortunately, we will have to try again. We cannot use this scheme again for some time, and so I wonder if we can just imprison him. If you fail, he will just leave the court. Yeah, that's not... There's no way we imprison him, right? And we could challenge him to a fight. Which just, to my knowledge, he just refuses. And we gain some of his prestige, but... Alas, he's still alive. He's still kicking. Tragic. And we have picked up enough renown to get a new legacy. And so what we will do is we will get infernal plots, which will make everyone accept us following our faith. It will give them five, what is it? The intrigue. So if we take a look here, this guy following our faith, he's currently at 10. As soon as we unpause, he's up to 15. It's tremendous. So all of these guys are getting much, much, much stronger, you know, under our tutelage. Now, this is a little bit spooky because relative to us, now everyone in our country has a higher intrigue. I kind of wish we could skip over the intrigue, but we have, you know, people like Helen of Troy who have 35. That is a whole lot. I think they're pretty sure that's the highest. Let's actually just take a quick look at just all the characters in the game, you know, and see if who's the highest in each of these stats. So 38, absolute banger. 38 on the diplomacy. We have Duchess Rosamund, the artisan Rose. Is she even? Yeah, okay, she owns a territory, but this one, she's just kind of kicking around doing not much. We maybe put a pin in her. Maybe we could get her to come over to our territory and convert her, because that is a lot of Diplo. Hades has also got quite a bit of Diplo. We're not sure how to interact with him because he is in the spirit realm. I think we got to go into the spirit realm to fetch him. For war, Charon, the ferryman, is currently the biggest one, but he's a question mark guy. He's a you lose guy. But beyond him, we have this one here, the Imperial Ancestor, the Rising Phoenix, does have the highest, and then followed by that is us with 27 here. As far as the stewardship goes, we have Emperor Yu Huang, Qin Shi Huang, who is another you lose guy, but after this is one of these guys over here has 30. Here, why don't we clear the filter? He's in Gouge, he has 30. Charon's kind of there too, and then this guy as well. I think that, let's find the highest guy that's not affiliated. This looks to be the highest guy who's not affiliated. We'll put a pin in him. Maybe we'll come back to him. Maybe we'll do something with him, invite him, this sort of thing. The highest intrigue, very highest, okay, is Set's worst nightmare, Kamintiri, who is very strong and not even affiliated with anyone. We'll put a pin in her. Although it's always scary to have someone with such high intrigue, but after her is Helen of Troy with 35. But 48, that's a whole nother sphere of, like, being. And then as far as learning goes, we're number 3 with 41. Number 1 is Devotee, the reclusive prophet over here. Absolutely insane. And his base score is 5. He's just getting plus 20 from domain. From domain. I'm not sure, how does that even work? Does he have some building that just gives him learning per level of, okay. He's got stuff like that, and then is another one, he's got several buildings with learning from devotion. Very interesting. I mean, we are eventually going to get, you know, one day, eventually we'll get Rome kind of online here. Yeah, let's do this, which is going to give diplomacy per level, or it already is giving us diplomacy from level of fame. It is back online. We are going to have to replace the princedom with a bastion. We could replace it with our Aurelian walls. That's an interesting one. I don't think this is going to be worth it, but it does give a bit of well, maybe it gives development. Maybe that's worth it. Kind of intriguing, but yeah. So I thought I'd just do a kind of quick overview. Or I guess we could also find the characters with the highest, let's sort by prowess. We are the absolute highest. And then the next is, all of these are you lose guys, where it won't tell you what their prowess is. And then the next highest is King Jamal here, the undefeated of Persia, with 84 prowess, which is quite high. We'd maybe want to duel him at some point. And if we could also check by sum of all skills, we are actually in the lead with sum of all skills, doing quite well with 37, 27, 19, 19, 41. Very strong. The leader of the new empire. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, where we mainly brought up our empire while crushing Camilla's. Unfortunately, we didn't get to skin Camilla like, an animal. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm thing, and etc. Mostly etc. Yeah.